Good morning, students. Today we are revising the revision work for the test. So I hope you have done the worksheet by now. And now I'm sharing the answers. All right, now let's move on to the first question. Write the fraction of the shaded portion and mention in decimal form. Just see the first figure and how many parts are there in this figure? There are 10 parts. And how many of them are shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if 5 parts are shaded out of 10 parts, it will be written as 5 upon 10. Okay? This has to be written like this. But if you are asked to write down 5 upon 10 as a decimal, how do you write this as a decimal? Since 5 is standing on 10 and it is standing on the 10th place, so the answer would be 0.5. Okay? So now let's move on to the next question. We have another question having 10 parts. The total number of parts given in here are 10. And how many of them are shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So how many parts are shaded? 7 upon 10. How would you write this as a fraction? 7 upon 10. Now, the same thing is going to be asked to be done as a decimal. Where do you think 7 is standing on? 7 is standing on 10. It's right on top of 10. Your denominator is a 10. So 7 stands at the 10th place. Alright. So when you write down the answer as a decimal, the answer would be 0.7. Alright, now move on to the second question. Complete the sentences given below. You can see a rectangle given here and it has the 4 sides here, A, B, C and D. You've got to find out the parallel sides of the given rectangle. Name the pair of parallel sides. Now you can see the 2 parallel sides, AB, this line, and CD. They are running parallel to one another. And you can also see AD, there's one line here and another line opposite to it, that is BC. Are they not running parallel to one another? Yes, they are. So, the 2 parallel lines, how are you going to write the answer here? AB, okay, can you see? AB, then I'm going to write down A, B, and how do you write the parallel lines? This is how it is going to be written. AB is parallel to DC. Or you can also write, because you can also see another parallel side here, AD is parallel to BC. So AD parallel, I'm going to make this to BC. Alright, let's move ahead. The second question is asking you, how many right angles? How many right angles do you see in this? There are 4 right angles. Okay, 4 corners, 4 right angles. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So there will be 4 right angles here. Moving on to the third question. Express each decimal as a fraction or a mixed number in its simplest form. Now, you need to focus on the question here. First, you've got to convert this into a fraction. Okay. and then as soon as you convert this into a fraction, you're going to simplify it further. You will bring it to the simplest form. Okay, why did they say mixed fraction? In a mixed fraction, you have a whole number, a numerator, and a denominator. So I will write down 2 is my whole number, and the whole number is going to be standing on the side. 8 will be my denominator. 8 stands on the 10th place. You all know that, okay? After the decimal point, the first digit is your 10th place, okay? So 8 upon 10. Simplify this. What do you think? 8 and 10 can be simplified by which times table? Yes, it is your 2 times table, because you can think of 8 and 10, or you should know that 8 and 10 are there in your 2 times table. So 2 what's are 8? Cut it off. 2 fours are 8. 2 what's are 10? Cut it off and write 5 times 5. So the answer is going to be 2 whole 4 upon 5. Moving on to the next question. 0.6. Children, do you see any whole number around? There's no whole number. So it's just going to be a simple answer. 6 upon 10. Do you think can it be simplified? Yes, it can be simplified by 2 times table. So where do you think you have 6 and 10 in 2 times table? 2 times what is giving us 6? 2 times 3 gives us 6. And 2 times what is giving us 5? 2 times 5 gives us 10. 2 times 5 gives us 10. May I repeat it again? 6 upon 10 can be simplified by 2 times table. 2 times 3 gives us 6, and 2 times 5 gives us 10. So your final answer is going to be 3 upon 5. Moving on to the third question. We have a whole number here. So what is the whole number? 5. How will I write my whole number, children? It's going to be written on the side. What do you think your 4 is? Your 4 is going to become your numerator, since it's standing on the 10th place. So I'm going to write down 10 as my denominator. Do you think, children, it can be simplified? Yes, it can be. So 2 times table is there for us. So let's think about 4 in 2 times table. 2 times 2 is giving us a 4. And 2 times 5 is giving us a 10. So what do you think the final answer will be? 5 whole 2 upon 5. And the last question of question number 3, we have 2.2. 2 is going to be our whole number. Now, what do you think 2 will be standing? Where is 2 standing? On the 10th place? It's going to be standing on the 10. Okay, let's simplify it again. 2 times what is giving us 2? 2 times 1 is giving us 2. 2 times what is giving us 10? 2 times 5 is giving us 10. So the final answer will be 2 whole 1 upon 5. All right. Now move on to the fourth question. Represent each mixed number as a decimal. It is a mixed number, children, because you can see the whole numbers on the sides. Okay, so it is a mixed number. 5 whole 4 upon 10. How do you write this? As a decimal. As we know that 5 is a whole number, so it has to be written before the decimal point. And where do you think 4 is standing? It is standing on the 10th place. Moving on to the second question. 3.7. And moving on to the third question. 4.9. You can all see 4 stands on the 10th place, 7 standing on the 10th place, and 9 too is standing on the 10th place. You know the values very well. This was done in class, okay? Okay. The last question now. What do you see here? 1, 1, 1. How many whole numbers do you think are there? 3 whole numbers, okay? How many whole numbers? These are 3 wholes. Okay. Now, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, 0. How many points are there? 4, okay? So, plus, I'm going to add this 0.4. What do you think the answer should be? The answer is going to be 3 wholes, 4 upon 10. Moving on to the last question now. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So how many whole numbers here? 50 wholes. Right? And how many tenths here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tenths are here. 0.5. When you're going to be writing this as a decimal, it can be written as this also. 50 wholes, 5 upon 10. 3 wholes. If you convert this as a decimal, 3.4. And if you convert this as decimal, 50.5. Alright, students. So we are through with the worksheet, and you may assess your work. How many of you got all of them right? How many of you got half of them right? So this lecture was for you to understand your mistakes there, okay? And I hope you understood, and I wish you best of luck for the upcoming test. Bye for now and have a good day.